This episode of the podcast is brought to you by TimedEventHorses.com and Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-belt grooming, or in our case, below the belt buckle. Guys, Manscaped, the Lawnmower 3.0. The only thing I wish I could have done in my whole life is try the first and second version of this trimmer. Why? Because I wanted to see how much better this one was than what they created before. I will tell you, they sent me this exact Lawnmower 3.0 right here. I took it to town. Guys, I did what they said. I mowed the lawn. It was a pleasurable experience, to say the least. I know we have a lot of ladies out there. I know we've got female followers, a good number of you. Guys, get the Lawnmower 3.0 for your man, for your cowboy, for the men in your life. Everybody wants a clean undercarriage. Everyone wants clean shaved. I know, this is a weird topic, right? It's a little bit weird, but in this Lawnmower 3.0, you have the most premium trimmer on the market. It's waterproof, guys. You've got 90 minutes of battery life with this sucker. You've got this little LED light. You see that? Yeah, you can trim in the dark. If you don't want anybody to see you, you can trim in the dark. Maybe that's in a living quarters horse trailer. Point is, I will never use another trimmer in my life. Once you guys get your Lawnmower 3.0, you will never, ever use another trimmer. With their ceramic blades, they've got a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. Yeah, quiet stroke technology. You cannot go wrong with the Lawnmower 3.0, guys. It's the newest version from Manscaped. Get yourself right. We're cowboys. We're not heathens. Manscaping is important. Take care of your manscaping, people. And guys, do I have a deal for you? You can get your very own Lawnmower 3.0 with a 20% discount plus free shipping. Yeah, 20% and free shipping. Come on, guys. You want that. Use promo code GAUGE at checkout. That is GAUGE at checkout when you go to manscaped.com. You'll thank me later. Manscaped.com. All right, guys, who hasn't been in this situation, right? You're ready to spend the money. You're ready to get a high-performance timed event horse, whether that be a calf horse, a head or a heel horse, a barrel horse. And if you don't know the right people, you don't know where to go, it's pretty hard to find that. All the websites are kind of a cluster. Well, that's where TimedEventHorses.com comes in, guys. They're trying to revolutionize the way that we buy and sell high-performance rodeo horses. Guys, they've created a very easily navigated website. You can sell your horse on there. You can look for prospects on there. This is a state-of-the-art website, which is helping to modernize the industry that we're all involved in, guys. I think it's a really important thing to take a look at. Again, what do? Do you go to Facebook to try to find a horse? No, you hope you know someone who's got one. We all know how hard it is to find high-quality performance horses. Sometimes it's hard to sell a high-quality performance horse. Well, that's where Timed Event Horses comes in. Not to mention, guys, they've got a portion of their website dedicated to the stallions, right? If you want to advertise your stud or you want to find a good stud to breed your mare to this coming spring, they've got that too. Check the website out. Again, that's TimedEventHorses.com. Sell your performance horse. Buy your performance horse. TimedEventHorses.com.
This is The Gauge with host Chance Conradu.
Are you freaking serious? It's Conrado. This is The Gauge, and I am Chance Conrado. On this episode of the podcast, we've got my dude Marty Yates in the studio. Marty and I threw down. We had a few drinks. He decided that Ty was a target, so he made fun of him a lot. I don't know. That might be my fault, but
it was.
We talk about the NFR. We talk about kind of the ice in Marty's veins, the way he competes. He's a true competitor. He is probably one of the best to ever do it. He has some of the greatest times in tie down. We talk about some other things involving his youth, his childhood. He didn't have the easiest upbringing, but he's a real positive guy. I think he's a great influence on the sport. I like hanging out with him. The dude can hold his liquor. There's a lot of good things about Marty Yates. I will say, we talked some shit, so we had to edit this episode quite a bit. But check it out.
Oh, never mind. I can't drink all that.
We'll see.
Depends on how long we need to be here.
Wow. Depends on how much rehab you need.
Yeah, that Tito's bottle is about 1/3 left, I would say.
We were in Montana. Old Ty here hadn't drank before. We had to pull over on the side of the road and let him empty his bag.
All right.
Oh, no.
I never drank that heavily.
What were you drinking?
So the first The first 2 drinks of that last night were cruise, Captain Morgan Spice Rum and Sprite.
No. That's not. You're not recording, right? We're not gonna tell people what you drink. I don't want people knowing.
Spice rum.
Yeah.
Have you seen what I'm wearing?
Let's just stop. This is not about you.
Well,
There's no
yes.
cameras on you right now.
No, but he likes to talk. It's like he likes to tell people that he was drinking a blueberry yum yum or whatever the hell
my-
that
Hey.
shit
Oh
was.
no.
So the bartender on Monday night suggested this thing called Huckleberry Vodka, which I found out it's blueberry vodka. I didn't know what it was.
This is getting worse.
That shit was good with lemonade.
Stop
Awesome.
while you're ahead. Stop while you're ahead.
We were at a bareback riding, and this guy's drinking something blue with
Blueberry
a
Yum
cherry in it.
Yes,
He's
I had
totally proud of it,
Y'all
too.
must have not been with any bareback riders.
They left.
Yeah.
They were fine when we were shooting whiskey, and then he brings a blueberry yum, and we're like, cool.
We're outta here.
What was that?
See ya.
What was that show you guys do? The Gauge? Cool. Remind us never to watch that.
Sorry, I thought I was going to the Caribbean, not Montana.
Right. Yeah, because it was very easily confused.
It was cold up there. You're supposed to drink whiskey.
The weather was nice the first few days.
Yeah.
It was warm,
All right.
and then Monday got
All right.
cold.
Let's focus on what we're actually here for. Marty, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, exactly. You take a big drink so you can process everything you just had to hear.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. We've been talking a while about having you on the show, but rodeo's been weird as hell this year.
Yep.
Right. And for you, I mean, you clinched making it to Vegas again this year. Or what? Did I just say Vegas?
Vegas.
Arlington.
I keep saying it too.
It's really hard not to.
Yeah.
But what is your opinion on all that, by the way? I mean, what do you think about it coming to Texas? I know that's kind of like a
I've talked to a lot of people about it, and they all have different opinions. Obviously, it's not going to be Vegas. I mean, it's not going to be the atmosphere, but it's also cool to have something different. And with the weird year we've had, I mean, I just feel fortunate to get to rope for a lot of money over here, and I guess it's going to be close to the house, so I guess
Yeah.
that's another plus. But it won't be near as fun. You're still roping for a gold buckle, so
yeah,
it'll still be
right.
same old. But the setup of the arena is kind of different. I don't know really. A lot of people have had weird things to say about it. But
It's weird.
yeah,
it's
going to be
super
strange, but I don't know. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, if you're gonna win one, this is the one to win, just because nobody will ever forget it.
Yeah.
Right.
Too bad there's just this 19-year-old kid that's about 100,000 ahead of everybody in the calf roping.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
that's gonna make it hard for. Well,
It's a tall mountain to climb, but it can be done.
well, yeah. So here's the big question, though: is what is the actual money gonna be?
Well, see, what I've heard is it's going to be like 60%.
Yep.
Is what I've heard. And
yeah, because they have not announced it.
no,
Yeah.
and this is just this hearsay. I mean, this
Yep.
is how the rumor mill goes.
Oh, yeah.
But they do say that it's going to pay whatever it's going to pay, and then it's going to be like points. So just like Vegas pays 26,000 a night, well, it's going to be 26,000 points a night over
Yep.
there. So you'll still be able to gather up the same amount of ground as far as the gold buckle goes.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of cheesy.
It's kind of weird. That's
Yeah.
what a lot of people are like. I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know that I like it either. I
Yeah.
mean, but especially if I'm in Shad's position, I mean that kind
Yeah.
of sucks. But
yeah.
the rule, they're going to do what they're going to do. So
Yeah. What is the biggest?
just be there and win.
What is the biggest gap that's been covered and I guess it doesn't even matter the event, but there's been some gold buckles won from gaps about like that. Where are you sitting right now?
I'm 5th or 6th. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what happened after last week, but
Yeah.
I didn't win anything. But
Sure.
I don't know. I think I was 5th before that. So
Right. I mean, you had some pretty wild horse problems.
oh
right?
yeah, it was a strange year to say the least. I mean, not to mention just the COVID deal and all that, but I got to take off with my horse big time starting off the summer, and I think he made it 3 weeks and maybe a month, and then he went down. Brought him home just because he was kind of sore, and ended up hipping himself in the barn, which was a strange deal. We don't even know what happened in the middle of the night, and so he's been out. And then I tried to just ride random horses, and then I realized that wasn't working, so I got on Caleb Smith's horse at Lawton, won first, and from then on, I won like 20 or 25,000 like in the next couple weeks on him. It was
Right.
I don't know. When you get on a great horse like that, it sure makes it easy. So
Yeah. I mean, that's anybody who's ridden a really shitty calf horse. There's no way. It doesn't matter if you're the best
no,
tie down guy in the
it
world.
don't
You're not
matter.
gonna win a freaking jackpot on a piece of shit.
No,
it's
you're
just
not gonna
that's
win
just
nothing.
how tie down works.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're only as good as the horse you're on. I mean, of course, there's guys that rope really good and guys that don't rope as good, but you can take a guy that don't rope very good and put him on a really good horse, and he's gonna be there to win a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And you put a great guy on a great horse, and they're gonna win every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like tie down. I mean, you had the Cody and Joe and Fred Ayers, but now, I mean, it's just like
there's a lot of.
It's crazy how many good guys there are.
Yeah, and a lot of them are young, just like Shad. I mean, he might be 20 now, but no, he's got to be. He was 18 at the finals last year, I think. So, 19 years old, won everything you can win. I mean, in 1 year, and then Ty Harris, Haven Medjid won the Gold Buckle last year. I mean,
and the average at the same time.
And the average, exactly. I mean,
it's weird that nobody talks about him.
It really is because, I mean, he's one of the most talented guys, most patterned guys. I mean, and he's really goes under the radar a little bit. But
he does. That's a good place to be, though, like the guy under the
really
radar.
Is. Yep.
But, I mean, Shad came out because he didn't have, like, the greatest finals last year.
No,
and then just, I mean, destroyed everything.
He got a different horse. That horse come from White Imus, and by way of, I can't remember where that, Chris Neal. Chris Neal, White Imus bought that horse from Chris Neal, and I don't know, for whatever reason they clicked and did win first every time.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, when he clinched the American, that was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Ice in your veins. All right, cool. Here's your check.
I mean, and because he'd already won first at everything he'd been to, and then everybody's like, there's no way. He's already won everything. There's no way he can win the American too.
Right.
I'll be damned if he don't do it too.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
That just shows what he's made of. I mean, he ain't no bullshit.
No. He's a big time. I mean, that's what's great about rodeo right now, though, is like the level of athlete is just it's different.
Yep, it's on the uphill climb, I think, for sure. I mean, and especially with the we're getting a little more mainstream. I mean, there's a lot more rodeo out there, and there's going to be lots more kids that don't. Hey, we're going to play football. They're going to want to stay home and rope just so they can be on TV every day. You know, so I don't know. That's what I think has got my little cousin into wanting to rope more.
Yeah.
It's because he never wanted to do it. He never wanted to rope at all. And then all of a sudden, he watched a little kid rope one day, and then now he gets to watch it on TV every night. And
right. Now he's obsessed.
Yeah, now he's obsessed. Now he wants to go out there in the arena and practice all night, and then when rodeo comes on, go in there and watch.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, it was put as minimal effort into roping calves and team roping as possible just to get back to school to meet up with the girls. I mean, that was how I always saw rodeo. It was like, I'm going to have to do this. And I loved to rope calves and everything, but it was just like, I really like other life better. Which, I mean, maybe not the same thing for you, maybe a little bit, but.
Well, like, for me, I didn't know anything different. I mean, it was just rope. I mean, you go to school because you had to. Right. And then talk about meeting the girls. Well, you meet the girls at the junior rodeo on the weekend, So, I mean, I don't know. You rope good and you get the girl. I mean, however that works. But it was just roping for me. Yeah. I enjoyed winning, really. I don't know if I roped correct when I was a little kid or if I did anything right, but I won a lot. Right. And I think that's what's turned over into my career now is I've kind of had to fine-tune some stuff. But just learn how to win as a little kid, I think that's better than trying to be perfect as a little kid.
I mean, because you did similar things like Shad. I mean, you came in really young into a group of more seasoned veterans and really kind of lit it up quite a bit when you were really young. Like your first year at the NFR, I mean, were you 20 or how old were you?
Yep, I was 20. And I mean, there was still Cody was still there. I mean, there was Trevor. He made it those 2 years, my first 2 years. So I mean, there were still some old guys in there. Yeah, I shouldn't call them old guys, but that's what they are. But just your heroes that, I mean, I was a little kid looking up to them. I mean, I can remember standing there in the living room roping my little dummy and then being on TV and just wanting to be there. And then all of a sudden you're roping next to them in Vegas. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those feelings that very few people get to have. I mean, especially in tie down. I mean, that's just, there's bubble guys and guys below the bubble who rope for 10 years, and those guys, but to make it in the tie down, it's just similar to like the barrel racing, right? Because they're just some of the most competitive two events as far as how close the times are and just the brutal dedication that the people have. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, and like just go out there and watch Vegas, and you see the way the crowd reacts to the barrel racing, the calf roping. I mean, it's way different than the way they react to the bareback riding. And not to put down on any of those guys, but I mean, it's the truth. When Cody Oldties wanted 6'6" and throws his hat in the stands, and the whole 17,000 people are on their feet. I mean, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And I'm the guy who watches 2 events in rodeo, always have tie down and barrels because I had to. Nothing else. I mean, and there's
Because you didn't get to leave till after the barrels. So
you don't get to leave. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I never stayed for the bull riding. I never watched any of the beginning stuff. It was, I got to watch tie down and I got to watch barrels, and the rest I don't care about. Even in Vegas, it's like I'm not going to sit there and watch the
exactly.
other
You're
stuff.
leaving when the bull riding starts.
Yeah, always.
Yep.
I don't know. Just watching like the people you have to compete against, or you're gonna have to compete against. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, and that's like we were just talking about the younger generation. I mean, I don't know. I can't really name a year that there was 3 guys under the age of, I don't know how old Haven is, but under the age of 20, 21 in Vegas that, I mean, they kicked ass last year too. I mean, Shad kind of had a few rough times. I mean, but he won some money. Ty Harris won 2 go-rounds, and Haven won the gold buckle and the average at his first finals. I mean, I don't know that there's ever been that much young blood coming up. Because, I mean, whenever I was coming up, I might have been the only first-timer at the finals that year.
Right.
And then, I mean, it's never been more than 2 or 3. And shoot, last year, and I ain't talking about a 25-year-old that just happened to get lucky one year. I'm talking about a young kid that has a bright future.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Haven, Shad, dudes like that, it's like, you made it that early?
Yeah.
God dang. Those 15 trips that certain people have, that turns into 20 trips maybe for a guy that young,
Yeah.
And then it could keep horses.
Yeah, if they can keep their body together too, you know.
Which is the trick. I mean, you see a lot of people get hurt and tie down, and they just never come back.
Tear their knees up and just maybe never want to do it again or can't do it again.
Yeah. I mean, because it's a tough road. I know a lot of people who great ropers, but financially couldn't keep going, or they're just sick of the grind.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
it's
a
hard.
year-long grind.
It's hard, too. Like, you get out there in the summertime, and it ain't going good. Horses ain't working. Rigs breaking down. It's like, screw this. I'm going to the house. I don't want to be out here no more.
Right.
It kind of shows you what you're made of.
Right.
You make it through that, and then it's like, hey, I am good enough, because my first year out there, my rookie year, I didn't win shit. I mean, I won like 35,000, and wasn't it? Me and Smith were the 2 rookies, and I'm sure there was a bunch more, but Smith won it, and he made the finals, kicked ass, and so I was like, man, I was really questioning myself. I didn't know if I wanted rodeo, and I'm like, I know I'm good enough, but damn, it's hard,
Right.
And so the next year, I just got lucky, and Chicken was standing there, and here we went. We kicked ass damn near all year. I had like 2 weeks in there that I was like, man, this sucks. But then I'm like, well, no, it really doesn't suck. I mean, you keep winning a little bit, and you're going to make the finals. I mean, it's not that bad. So I don't know. You have ups and downs, but just know where you're headed, I guess.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting because we could transition to, like, everybody knows that you lost your dad before you could ever even meet him, right?
Yep.
Which is a tough thing. But, I mean, when you're a kid, and we were talking, and you had good grandparents and all that, and then kind of a tough relationship, with your mom and what have you, which, if anybody can relate to tough family relationships, I can. But,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
if somebody says they can't relate to a tough relationship, they're lying to you.
They are, yeah. I mean, then nobody has anything perfect in any kind of relationship. No. You just see what people want to see. But, I mean, what was it like when you were a really young kid?
Growing up, I obviously knew that, I mean, my dad had been killed in a car wreck before I was born, the whole deal. And I had a really good relationship with his parents, his brother, my uncle. I mean, we have a great relationship. I mean, we talk dang near every day. And I was just very fortunate that I had my grandma on my mom's side and my grandpa and my uncle. There was a lot of people around, my Aunt JJ, everybody was around to help my mom raise me, and me and her, she hauled me all over the place, to junior rodeos. I mean, we're liable to get to 5 or 6 in one weekend, I mean, she wasn't letting up, and always made sure I was on good horses, whether or not she bought them, somebody else bought them. We were finding a way to buy horses to get to the next rodeo, buy diesel, everything. And so I do owe her a lot for hauling me around and all that. And then my grandma, she worked her ass off, to make sure she was a provider, more or less. She funded all the nonsense that we were doing. But I think that's the reason I am the person I am today, is for all the sacrifices they made, to get me to where I am. And, I mean, it is weird when I was a little kid going to those junior rodeos and everybody's dad's down there helping them, you know, pushing their calf or holding their horse in the box. And shoot, I'm just down there just by myself, you know, hey man, you push my calf. And because my mom, she helped, she saddled horses, she did everything. But when it came time to rope, she was like, all right, you got this, you know. So it was weird, but I think it made me stronger. I think it made me dig a little deeper and try hard. And I like to think that I made him proud, you know. I mean, he was a calf roper. He loved calf roping, and his goal was to make it to the NFR just like anybody. And so me making it 6 times now, it feels good to know that he probably would be he would be really happy with the way I've turned out.
Right. I mean, there's statistics like out there about kids who grow up without dads, right? And they usually doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Like if you just look at generic people, statistics, not necessarily rodeo, but I mean, that's no matter how good the home life is, right? Or if you got good grandparents or whatever, like, I mean, it's hard to not have a dad probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't name anybody who was put in that situation. I mean, you were lucky in the sense that you didn't lose him like when you were 10 or 11, because that would have probably really screwed you up.
It would have been worse, yeah.
But even still, I mean, just not having a dad there. And, you know, it's funny because we were talking kind of about your relationship with your mother, and just in that, it sounded really good.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, yeah, because she did. I mean, she did a lot of great things for me, but then I don't know where the tides really turned, but then maybe I might have realized, man, who she really was or what she was really trying to do or whatever. And she did have my best interest at heart, I think, but she didn't really think about things, I guess. I really don't know how to put it. I just know that we went on a little, I don't know, split ways there for a while and had problems, and it just really never came back together. And then my uncle passed away last year during Fort Worth, the rodeo actually, and right before Fort Worth. And me and her talked a little bit then, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I think it's been best that we just go our own way, do our own thing, and we don't fight, we don't argue, because the last couple of years, anytime we've been around each other, it's just turned out bad. And I don't know. I feel a lot better. I mean, I know she's doing good. She knows I'm doing good. So
and that's enough, probably.
That's enough, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because sometimes you just can't force shit.
Nope,
right?
You cannot. And I don't know. I don't know about all that, really.
It's hard to, right? Like, it's kind of hard to talk about weird, deep family stuff, but
because it's different.
It's
different than you and your friend being mad at each other and then getting over it or not getting over it. Like, who cares? You know, I mean, if we get it over and can be friends, cool. But if not, that's all good too. But it's your family, you know. That's
right.
That's where I came from. You know,
right.
She had me. She brought me into this world. So it's just weird. And my aunt's been a good mediator for me with her, because I mean, it's her sister. She grew up with her, the whole deal, and she's like, hey, we know how she is, so we just got to do it like this. And I mean, you had JJ on the show. You know how she's wound up. It's this way, only this way. And I don't know, you gotta admire her for that, because a lot of people think, wow, we might not do it this way or we might do it this. No, for her, it's one way or the highway.
Right.
So, and that's where I guess I got the way I am now. I'm straightforward. I like to win, and that's about all. That's all we're after. We're going to get the most out of everything and go on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and if you're going to do a sport like rodeo that beats the shit out of you and then leaves you when you're done, I think that's probably the best mentality to have.
Absolutely.
Right? Just capitalize on what you can control when you can.
Yep, for sure.
Which it's interesting, right? Because a lot of people admire kind of it's like people will make jokes, like people who are friends with you, like my sister, be like, you know, he could be drinking a beer before and he can get up there and he can go set an arena record. Like, just who does that shit? Yeah. I was like, well, apparently this guy does it.
Yeah,
but that's something that's
just what we do. That's what we
not
do.
Everybody does that.
We have fun and we have fun and we win. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you do. Apparently, there's people out there who are like regimenting their lives, their workout programs, doing certain things, and
that's what their mind thinks they need to do, and that's what my mind thinks I need to do. And really, I think rodeo's a mind game. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. And
right,
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people like, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't, but hey, it's been working. So if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I got 6 trips to the NFR that says it is the way I should be doing it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It is what it is. People are going to have their opinion of you. And
yeah, which is one of the interesting things about kind of like, I mean, people always had their opinions of Cody Ole, right?
Oh, yeah. I got my opinion of Cody Ole.
I mean, about everybody who knows anything about rodeo or is in the industry has their opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be hard pressed to find a real good one,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
And,
which is sad. Which is really sad because he is the greatest of all time too, in my opinion. And it's sad that it's got to be like that, but it is.
Yeah, you just don't understand it. Nor do I want to talk about the guy.
Yeah.
But it is crazy to see a dude like, I mean, he was getting big sponsor deals and cashing checks that guys right now still aren't getting.
Oh yeah.
You know, like still aren't getting. This is before
He laughed.
patches.
He laughed at them deals. He
Yeah.
laughed at great deals.
Yeah.
Is the problem, and he was kind of like a. You could say it for Roy Cooper too. They were kind of like rock stars. It was there.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it's just the way they were, and it's they got off. They got off on winning. You know,
Yeah.
and that was their deal. And hey, if you don't like it, well, suck it. You know, and they didn't care. They
No,
were
I
going to
mean,
do what they wanted to do.
There's something great about like when you see athletes like that, though, right?
Yes.
It's like, I mean, God, that dude's a prick, but man, I'm kind of like
He's
beat it.
badass.
That
though.
dude's
I'd
a
like to-
badass.
yeah.
It's kind of like if you look at boxers, like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And he was like, of course, it's more terrifying than a calf roper.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like
absolutely.
that guy could kill you
Yeah.
any second.
He's not Cody Owen just going to pour a drink on your head.
Yeah, no, he's gonna pour your blood down your own throat.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's something about that, right? Like just that winner's mentality, and you just don't. Most of the rodeo guys, even some of the best, they're just good old boys, like, you know, God love family kind of people.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when you see a freaking dude running lines and partying his ass off and
Yeah.
winning gold buckles, like, it's hard not to admire that a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's hard to admire it, and I mean, I don't know. There's two ways to do it, and like I said earlier, it's what your head thinks you need to do. In my
Right.
opinion, if your head thinks you need to get in the gym and work out all day and go through all lengths to make it work, we'll do that. But
Yeah.
if you think you need to, hey, just practice a little bit, don't beat your body up, we'll do that. I mean, in my opinion, work whatever your head tells you to do, do it.
Right.
And if it works, good. If it don't work, hey, you might want to change it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. When you were kind of coming up, right? Because, I mean, you didn't have your dad helping you rope. Was it your grandpa who kind of got you on?
JJ.
JJ did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean she's been a badass forever. I mean before I was born, and her and my uncle Roe that passed away last year. They were the two that they were out there to help me rope. My uncle bought the calves. I mean I don't know. JJ was there every time I roped from the time I started till I got old enough to not want to rope with her anymore. And,
Right.
and then she would come up there, and I bought an indoor arena, and she would come up there and rope every night. And then we got to rope together more. And then she ended up buying that indoor arena from me, and now I go up there and rope with her all the time. So I don't know. She's who got me started. And then, of course, I looked up to Cody. Cody lived right there. I mean, I knew Cody as good as anybody growing up. And then I bumped into Trent Walls whenever I was like 15 or 16. He was our basketball coach on summer league or something. He's like, "Hey, you been roping?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." He's like, "Why don't you come rope at the house?" I'm like, "Sure." He said, "I ain't got no calves. Bring your calves up there." So I went up there and roped. And the first session, he opened the chute, untied, never said a word. Got done. All right, see you later. He never said nothing. So I'm like, I don't know what he's thinking. So then the next day I'm like, "Hey, we gonna rope today?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, come on up." I run about 3, and he's like, "So do you want some help, or are you just up here rope? Like, what do you want to do?" I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, tell me what you think." And from that day on, I mean, that's when I started becoming the roper I am now. Because back then, I mean, I could rope. I roped good, but I was just good. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do what I did a couple weeks ago on pockets back
Right.
then. And he molded me into that roper that made the NFR and has won everything I've won. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for him.
Right. I mean, so what was his approach, though? Like, clearly when he saw you, he was like, okay, this kid needs some help.
Yeah, he needs some help. Yeah, he's got some talent, but he needs some help. And I don't know, he was good at the way he went about it. I'll say that, because I was a hard-headed little shit. I'll say that. And it was really through basketball. He helped me play basketball for, I don't know, it was probably a year before we ever even started the roping deal. So he kind of knew how I was and how to
Right.
the angles to work on me, because I would be hard-headed and not listen, and then all of a sudden one day I listened to him playing basketball. Got that figured out pretty good, and then I was like, hey, I might ought to listen to him about this roping deal.
Yeah.
And then from the time I decided that I wasn't going to be hard-headed about it, it went good. And I don't know exactly what his angle was, but he figured it out pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, so was it the kind of thing where you were just a little too arrogant to accept help sometimes, or you just
Probably,
yeah,
honestly.
because that's a tough thing, especially with roping. That's something I've struggled
Well,
with. It's really hard to take criticism.
Well, it is for sure, and because he's a straightforward. I mean, is anybody I know. I mean, he's going to tell you exactly what he's thinking anytime, and most of the time all the time it's the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And he was just honest with me, and then I finally got honest with myself and realized that hey, I needed the help, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Right. That's what's great about Texas, though, right? Is like because if you grew up somewhere else in the country, right? It's really hard to. Every guy you need to help you is right here within an hour or two of where we're sitting.
Exactly.
And so, kids who grow up in Texas who want to take rodeo serious, any event, I mean, they've got a big advantage of just being in this area.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's kids like Haven. You got to give it to Haven. We're going to talk about him again just because he's from Montana. I mean, they don't rope in the winter in Montana. I mean, you got to have a building, and it's a cold, miserable son of a bitch. I mean, it's not.
It's
fun.
hard to keep calves up there. Everything.
Exactly. So that just shows you what he's really made out of.
Yeah.
I think there was one other guy ever to win the calf roping. I can't remember his name now. I do know that he raised my bay horse that I ride, Buster, the other guy that won the world in the calf roping. But anyway, it's weird coming from anywhere other than here. I can't think of how you would do it. I mean, even being like a guy from Utah, anywhere. I mean, because you don't get to practice, you don't get to do this day in and day out. I mean, you have to, but you'll realize that most people do end up here. That like.
Oh, you have to.
That kicked ass in high school, or whatever. They're like, hey, I need to get down there to Texas where we can rope all the time, and that's why Stephenville's such a poppin' town now, I guess you could say, because, I mean, you can look on every corner. There's an arena. There's 10 steers. There's 10 horses. I mean, that's all they do around there is rope.
It's crazy. Yeah. The culture of Stephenville there's nowhere else like that in the freaking world.
Nowhere.
It's such a weird place.
That's what everybody's like. Oh, you live in Stephenville? Yeah. Oh, you went to school there? No. Oh, well, you just moved there after you started rodeo. I'm like, no, I was born and raised in Stephenville. It's been like that forever, too. I mean, I can remember being a little kid and everybody stopping there in the winter. I mean, there's no telling who you might go to lunch in town and see. It's crazy. But.
Yeah, I mean, God, everybody. And the amount of people who just went to Tarleton's insane
from
all over the country just to rodeo. And you would think that a place, if you really think about it, a place that's all about, it would be closer to like, Dallas, maybe. You would think it would be. But.
And I've never really understood. I mean, I guess it's pretty close to everything, but it's not like it's in Fort Worth.
No.
I mean, it's not like it's right here, but it's pretty central, I guess, for the wintertime. And it's just far enough away from Weatherford, and you can get to Weatherford to go out to eat. I mean, a nice place, because Stephenville, there ain't shit to eat in Stephenville.
No.
So.
No, there really isn't. Well, there's a Fuzzy's Taco there and like a couple crappy restaurants.
Yeah, and some bars you might get stabbed in, but.
That's true. That's kind of how Odessa is, too. Actually, it's only bars you can get stabbed in.
Yeah, exactly, only, yeah. Because it's 75, maybe 90% Mexicans.
Can't say that.
I can't?
We might have some Mexican listeners. Actually, my wife's Hispanic, so I should.
Okay, you're gonna have to get that off here.
Be offended, and we can't remove it. It's too late. It's already out there. This is live.
It's not.
It's airing on the Cowboy Channel right now, Marty.
Right. I don't care. Whatever. There's somebody laughing at us right now. Then
there will be.
Or mad in hell. My best friend's a Mexican, so.
Yeah, so is mine. It's funny you say that.
Yeah.
In fact, I really don't like a lot of white people.
Yeah, I don't either. Actually, it's weird. Probably two of my best friends in the whole world. One's black and one's Mexican. So I'm not really racist.
That's kind of the misconception. Is like cowboys would be all racist, and they'd be no. It's like that's not even a topic that ever comes up in our industry. I don't.
No,
think.
it really don't. I mean,
I seriously can't think of anybody who's a cowboy or from this that has a problem with anybody different.
No,
isn't it weird?
No, it is. But I mean, because we look at people for who they are. I mean. This might sound weird, but cowboys are a pretty good judge of character.
I think so.
As far as I'm concerned, because, I mean, I can walk up and I can pick you out and like, I don't know about this guy right here. Whether he's black, white, green, pink, or anything. I mean, we can kind of tell if you're good or bad.
Well, I mean, you spend enough time with people, you know who you don't want to be around.
Well, yeah, it's just like horse trading. I mean, you learn how to play in poker. I mean, you learn to read people. So.
Well, horse trading. A lot of bad in that.
There's a lot of bad in that.
In fact, I can't think of a single time that I've traded a horse to somebody where it worked out in my favor.
Not a very good horse trader then.
I'm not a good horse trader, but then again, I have to look at who was probably orchestrating the deals.
Yeah, well.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, well. We'll just leave that be.
Yeah, I think that's probably best. What are you laughing at, Ty? You don't even know which end of the horse you get on.
All right, I'm not that dumb.
Based on what you were drinking in Montana, I'm not sure that that's a true statement.
All right, picking a drink does not make you dumb.
No, but
That just means you have a
It might make
preference
you a
of
little
what
fruity, though.
If you have a preference to drink it.
I don't know. You can tell a
So
lot
I-
about a person by what they drink, though.
that's true.
So, are you drinking to enjoy your night, though? Right?
How enjoyable was the next morning?
It was pretty shit the next morning.
Yeah.
But that night was extremely fun.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you were having a good time.
Your mom and I were just kicking ass at a pool.
Yeah, see, the thing is, you were drinking blueberry yum-yums, and you thought you were doing good,
Yeah,
but the
but-
rest of us were like, it's time to get away from this guy. Like, he's throwing balls over the table. Like,
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
I probably
well.
knocked the cue ball off about three different times.
We were at this. I don't even remember what the name of the bar was. We were in Darby, Montana. But this kid's like buying the bar T-shirts and talking to the bartender about where he's from, and it's just like, I think the strippers like me.
The bartender was from Texas, though.
Well, there's your hook. I don't think I've ever, even in Mexico, I don't think have you ever drank one of those real fruity
I've
drinks?
never been to Mexico.
Oh, at all?
Never.
Have you been anywhere besides Canada out of the country?
Nope.
Just one part of Canada?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Never wanted to go to Mexico?
Yeah, I want to go, but I've never been.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, I've never had a really good reason to go.
Where have you been in Mexico?
Puerto Vallarta, Playa del, a bunch of places.
Puerto Vallarta's really nice.
I like the other side better.
You like the
Tulum
Atlantic
and
side?
stuff. Yeah. So if you go, it's the Gulf side, by the way. But yeah, go to the Gulf side. Like the can. I don't want to
that's
go
better.
now. It is
no,
better.
hell no. I don't know.
Yeah. In fact, you don't really want to go anywhere
No.
other than Texas right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that stuff's gonna get real Western here pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's funny. We had a guy on the show who spent 25 years in the Secret Service. He did Bush Senior, Clinton, George W, and then Obama.
Holy shit.
He did not make me feel good.
I bet he didn't.
He sure didn't. Did he make you feel good, Ty? No.
No.
Just uneasy the whole time.
I was pretty uneasy about what he was saying. He was like really, really articulate and educated.
Yeah.
And
like sharp as a tack. Just.
too sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he owns like a really, really fancy gun store, gun range in the Woodlands down in Houston.
Yeah.
But I mean, he laid out like the two scenarios that are going to go down. And they're like, these is for sure.
You didn't really want to hear it.
I did not want to hear it. I mean, it's one of those things that and then he says it and you're like, I know that. I know that's true.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, so don't fill me in.
Oh, no, just don't listen to that one. I know you listen to some of them, but unless you really want to get a dose of what's coming, don't listen.
I'm not listening.
I hope he's wrong. I hope he's like senile. Maybe he wasn't even in the Secret Service. I just hope
You
that.
think he was just full of shit and just
what if
made
he was
it
just
all
some
up?
just a
random guy?
Yeah,
Just a
just
little
made
too
it all up.
pessimistic. Just a little too pessimistic.
I mean, tell me you weren't feeling like that was really pessimistic.
It
though.
was very pessimistic.
But if you're going to listen to somebody, listen to a guy who's protected the last four of
Yeah,
them.
exactly. I mean,
Right?
I don't think he's full of shit, probably.
Probably not. I mean, I don't think you could last in that job if you're full of shit.
No,
Or
absolutely.
maybe that's what you need to last in that job.
I'm sure there's some people that are full of shit up there, but maybe not in the Secret Service.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe just the people they're protecting.
There you go. I think that might be right. I think you might be right.
So you were talking about standings earlier. Right now, you're fifth in the
There
standings.
you go. You looked it up for us.
He did. That's what he's here for.
I mean, that was pretty fast. I'll give it to you.
Well, I did it
That was
earlier.
though?
25 minutes ago.
Well, I
but-
did
Yeah.
it. I did it earlier. I couldn't find a good time to like intervene and.
Do you
say
listen
it.
to Joe Rogan ever? No.
No.
Anyway.
I've never even. No. Who is Joe Rogan?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't know. Some guy who lives in Austin now, apparently.
Really?
He does.
He does.
What does Joe Rogan do?
Like the biggest podcast ever.
I got you.
You really don't know who Joe Rogan is? You're so full of shit.
I swear I don't.
He's a podcaster and UFC announcer.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, UFC announcer, but I didn't know about the podcast.
It's the biggest one ever. In fact, I think it might be
I've
the
never-
biggest media source in the world, right?
I'm not sure about media source, but definitely podcast though.
Yeah.
This is the first podcast I've ever really been a part of or listened to. Or
It's the first one you ever listened to?
I mean, I've listened to. I mean, the ones prior, like
Yeah.
some of the other people. But no, yeah, I've never listened to a podcast.
Well, thank you for choosing our podcast. Be your
Absolutely,
first.
yeah.
If you're ever late again, this will just be not a podcast you're a part of, Ty. Don't ever be late again.
All right, that was last episode. Been here all day.
He was late, like way late.
All right, I was like 25 minutes late.
Did you even call and like give a heads up, like, hey man, I might be a little.
How'd you wake up?
Uh-oh.
I woke up to the calendar notification saying that we had a recording.
Yeah. That's some professional shit right there.
That is.
Hey, I got here in 25 minutes flat. While getting straight out of bed. So,
Yeah.
and it's about a 20-minute drive here.
Were you dressed the same way when you got here
Yes.
as you are today? I got you.
He hasn't left.
Hasn't left.
No.
I think the only...
Oh, that was today.
That was this morning.
That was this morning.
I got you.
Yeah, first thing. Or, I mean, what would be first thing for me is like 5:30, but for him it's like noon, I guess.
Yeah, 5:30 is a little early for me too, but
Yeah.
it's probably not noon. I mean,
Like-
noon isn't gonna work.
My my normal time now is like 9, 10 a.m. unless I really stay up late. And last night I was studying
Now he's
for a
speaking
test.
your language?
9 or 10? No, I can't. No, I'll get up for 9 or 10, but
Yeah.
I can see him getting up 9 or 10,
Just based on what you see when you look at him?
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, you get a bunch done at night, or do you just
I
sit
get
around
a
and?
shit ton of stuff done at
I'm
night.
sure a lot of Facebook and Instagram.
No. I edit all our episodes at whenever it's like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay,
Marty drives a lot at night.
yeah, I do. I'm the night driver.
Do you like driving at night?
Yeah.
Chance, what about you?
I mean, as far as like if you're going to go rodeoing, I would way rather drive at night with the truck and trailer. There's nobody
Absolutely.
on the road.
No,
That makes sense. Like city driving at night can be very hellish. Just with
city driving. You're talking about like driving from Fort Worth to Dallas?
yeah, just kind of like on I-30, 635 around Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yeah, it sucks.
Just
At
with
the wrong time. Yeah.
Drunk.
Imagine doing it in a 48-foot living quarters
Yeah,
and a
exactly.
pickup.
Yeah,
Big-
but you're going like 15 hours and got to do it in 14.
See,
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
I can't do that. I can't handle it.
Yeah. I mean,
I can barely survive a 5-hour drive to Houston.
Oh no, you wouldn't make it very long.
I would not make it.
no, I think that's the hardest part of rodeo is
The
the
travel.
scheduling.
Yeah.
I mean, so,
well, that's what like this year, like we were talking about that earlier.
yeah.
Is we've been going like everybody's there's not that many bullshit. There's been a lot of rodeos, but they're spaced out little bitty 5,000 added rodeos. And,
Yeah.
I mean, we're driving our asses off just to try to make. To have a good week, 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000-6,000. When most of the time, there's always one or two really good rodeos that
Right.
you can win 5,000 at just at that rodeo. But this year it's been. You go to 7 rodeos and it's you got a chance to win 2 at every one of them, 2,000.
Yeah.
So it's
Best case scenario.
best case scenario, and they're 12 hours apart.
Yeah.
And you got to be, you might be up in the perfect one and the slack the next morning at the other one, and you got 12 hours to do it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people pulled out because it just didn't make sense. Like financially, if
Exactly.
you need to make money rodeoing, it didn't make sense for a lot of people.
That's what sucked to start with is we didn't know if they were going to have the finals. I almost
Right.
said Vegas again, but
Yeah.
we didn't know if they were going to have the finals. So we were just out there rodeoing just to, I don't know, just hoping
Right.
that there might be a little something at the end of the road. But and then finally they came out and said we're going to have a finals. But if they wouldn't have had a finals, shit, there wouldn't have been nobody that made no money. Shad,
He made his money before COVID even happened.
exactly.
He was set in
March.
into March.
Yeah,
right
March.
before the COVID deal hit. He didn't have to go to another rodeo.
Nope.
I don't even know how many he went to.
Oh, he's been to every. He's been to
Yeah.
all of them. Which you're 19 years old. What else are you gonna do? You might
Yeah.
you might as well get out there and do it.
He has a good setup too. It's not as hard on him as
No.
it is some people.
No,
So he's
absolutely.
lucky in that.
Yep, for
But
sure.
it's funny though because you saw people. I'm like worried about a few people because they can't make money rodeoing. Because
Yep.
I sure as hell know that it's real important to make that money, and if you
Oh.
can't, then everything else, people with kids.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's-
and even with sponsors, have been fun, have been weird this year just because they ain't making no money either. They went 3 months without making anything, and in my eyes, a sponsor that's making enough money to pay somebody, they rely on a monthly turn. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, and that's everything we do sponsor driven too,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's no budget for this year.
Yeah,
So
no.
you kind of just have to expect it. I don't know how many of your sponsors came back and changed your contract a little
Yeah,
bit.
well, most of mine haven't. same old, just keep on rolling. But then there's been a couple that are like, hey, man, we just can't do it no more.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully maybe everything gets kicked back and goes back to normal and we'll go back to it. But they're like, as of now, we can't help no more. Well, I appreciate everything you've done, but that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, but if businesses, like, it's funny, we had Pam Minikin here, and she's one of the people who owns Billy Bob's.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they were shut down for almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Right. And, I mean, there's bars and restaurants, they're done.
Yeah. They're belly up.
I mean, it makes sense from that standpoint. Like a clothing company like a Cinch or an Ariat or something.
Yeah.
I mean, people aren't rodeoing, they're not going. I mean, not very many people are buying their crap.
Yeah, no, they're not. And I mean, Cinch has been great for me. I mean, we haven't had any. They haven't even said a word about any of that. But like you said, there ain't nobody buying anything, and they just made the big deal with the PRCA, the sponsor, and all that. And
guys, Manscaped, the Lawnmower 3.0. The only thing I wish I could have done in my whole life is try the first and second version of this trimmer. Why? Because I wanted to see how much better this one was than what they created before. I will tell you, they sent me this exact Lawnmower 3.0 right here. I took it to town, guys. I did what they said. I mowed the lawn. It was a pleasurable experience, to say the least. I know we have a lot of ladies out there. I know we've got female followers, a good number of you. Guys, get the Lawnmower 3.0 for your man, for your cowboy, for the men in your life. Everybody wants a clean undercarriage. Everyone wants clean shaved. I know, this is a weird topic, right? It's a little bit weird, but in this Lawnmower 3.0, you have the most premium trimmer on the market. It's waterproof, guys. You've got 90 minutes of battery life with this sucker. You've got this little LED light. You see that? Yeah, you can trim in the dark. If you don't want anybody to see you, you can trim in the dark. Maybe that's in a living quarters horse trailer. Point is, I will never use another trimmer in my life. Once you guys get your Lawnmower 3.0, you will never, ever use another trimmer. With their ceramic blades, they've got a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. Yeah, quiet stroke technology. You cannot go wrong with the Lawnmower 3.0, guys. It's the newest version from Manscaped. Get yourself right. We're cowboys. We're not heathens. Manscaping is important. Take care of your manscaping, people. And guys, do I have a deal for you? You can get your very own Lawnmower 3.0 with a 20% discount plus free shipping. Yeah, 20% and free shipping. Come on, guys. You want that. Use promo code GAUGE at checkout. That is GAUGE at checkout when you go to manscaped.com. You'll thank me later. Manscaped.com. All right, guys, who hasn't been in this situation, right? You're ready to spend the money. You're ready to get a high-performance timed event horse, whether that be a calf horse, a head or a heel horse, a barrel horse. And if you don't know the right people, you don't know where to go, it's pretty hard to find that. All the websites are kind of a cluster. Well, that's where timedeventhorses.com comes in, guys. They're trying to revolutionize the way that we buy and sell high-performance rodeo horses. Guys, they've created a very easily navigated website. You can sell your horse on there. You can look for prospects on there. This is a state-of-the-art website, which is helping to modernize the industry that we're all involved in, guys. I think it's a really important thing to take a look at. Again, what do you do? Do you go to Facebook to try to find a horse? No, you hope you know someone who's got one. We all know how hard it is to find high-quality performance horses. Sometimes it's hard to sell a high-quality performance horse. Well, that's where Timed Event Horses comes in. Not to mention, guys, they've got a portion of their website dedicated to the stallions, right? If you want to advertise your stud or you want to find a good stud to breed your mare to this coming spring, they've got that too. Check the website out. Again, that's timedeventhorses.com. Sell your performance horse. Buy your performance horse. timedeventhorses.com.
All right, you ready now?
Yes, put your drink to the fucking right.
So you just started all over.
You just Fuck you being left-handed.
Huh?
Fuck you being left-handed.
Hey, watch your mouth.
He
this
just
is children's program.
I was about to say he just started over and just fucks the first word he says.
Yeah. He's just happy he gets to talk in this one.
Yeah.
Usually he gets a shut the fuck up, Ty.
Hey, I like talking.
You try to get your politics involved.
Am I trying to get my politics involved this episode?
No, because we're not talking about politics.
Yeah, the wrong person to talk about politics with. I don't know shit about politics.
You don't ever look into anything?
No, sir. I don't want to know.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really.
That's smarter because you get into it and then you get thrown in the rabbit hole and it fucks your whole day up.
Oh, yeah. I guess you just wound up and you're just mad as fuck.
I mean, that's probably the reason we have so many crazy people right now.
Yeah.
They get so stuck
They
on
sit
it.
around and watch Fox News all the time, and they're just mad.
Fox News or CNN, and well, I mean, you get both
Both
the
sides.
same person on both sides, and they're all dumbasses.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
I would
why
love to.
2020 is the way it is.
I would love to have a life where I'm not mad every single day.
Oh, you're one of those people?
Not like
It's
oh,
someday
not
you
like
just-
crazy mad, but it's like it's just another day.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to realize, hey, man, this is life.
I just need
deal
a
with it.
break.
A break? You got a rough life, huh?
No,
You really look like you got a rough
I
life.
gotta work for him. What do you?
That looks rough. It looks terrible.
It is. It's
Show
it's all
up 30
chance.
minutes late and still have a job. I mean, no big deal.
Oh man, you're never gonna live that down. Your little ass will be here early next time.
I was early, like the first a lot for the lot of the first episodes.
I'm the nice one in this company, by the way. What do you think happens if my partner in business finds out you were late?
I don't know. My 4 days with you in Montana were a whole different story.
Oh, that's what happened. He got up there and just thought, oh, man, he don't care. No big deal.
That must be what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, we loosen the leash a little bit, have a good time, let you break out of your shell, and you think that's just the way life works now?
Yep.
You and Dustin were going on me the whole time,
What do you mean on you?
just beating me up with your insults.
You know what our problem?
Your insults.
You know what our problem is? I told him to go get some Red Bull, and now he's Chatty Cathy over here.
Yeah.
Now he's drinking the Red Bull.
See, the thing is, a guy like Marty, he basically mainlines Red Bull just to stay awake to get to the next rodeo. So it takes triple to get him going what it would take to get you going.
Yeah, now he's over there. What? He's talking more than I am.
He actually is. That's actually a problem because you're the guest.
It's all right.
I'm trying to let y'all talk.
Yeah. You try harder. Did beat him. He got a little bit of hazing when we were in Montana.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
We kept hazing each other in Montana. Like all 4 of us were just getting beat up.
I mean, if you order that kind of drink, though, dude, you're
You're
opening
asking
yourself
for
up for it.
I was just trying to enjoy my time.
Yeah. Do you have any friends who make
Make what?
make themselves that big of a target, like when you're out in public?
No, not usually, because they know better. I mean, most of them know better.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen a cowboy drink something like that. A couple of them, but they weren't the kind of cowboy that you'd expect.
I mean, I'm trying to think like the fruitiest thing I would drink. Like go to Outback and get a Wallaby Darn. It's like a peach mango like frozen deal.
Kind of like a pina colada type thing.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably the girliest thing I'm gonna drink.
That's not a whole lot better than the blueberry yum yum.
Probably
It
not.
has a better name.
Probably not. Yeah, it's really nice. Like, yeah.
Peach schnapps, fuzzy navel,
Oh, he done looked at-
champagne, ice, and sugar.
What is that?
That's what you got? What he
That's
gets?
Wallaby Darn.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff. I don't
Probably
know.
hit you harder than that.
It's you have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty stout.
Yeah. Maybe that's how his.
They have an Outback Steakhouse in Steve Milton.
No, absolutely not.
They have one in Weatherford, right? Isn't there one in Weatherford?
I don't think
Top
so.
20?
Oh, there's a Roadhouse or a Logan's.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, there's not one, but
Yeah.
I mean, just on the rodeo trail, you
It's the same places.
you change it up. You get a Wallaby Darn. You're gonna order one next time you go somewhere. I bet.
Yeah.
You're not.
I probably won't. I can't think of the last time I went to an Outback Steakhouse.
Huh.
If you're close, like if you're, like I live east of Decatur, basically.
Yeah.
If you're in this area, you don't have to eat at any chain restaurants
Yeah, that's
ever.
true.
You can go wherever you want. You can go to a different restaurant every single night.
Yeah.
So,
Well, sometimes rodeoing, you just
No.
eat what you got.
yeah, usually it's at a gas station.
Yeah.
Well, get ready for some chain restaurants for NFR, because that whole area is just chain restaurants.
You're gonna eat during the NFR?
Well, I live near the stadium.
I wasn't gonna eat during the NFR. Just drink.
Yeah. Right before it
Just
runs.
drink your dinner.
The last time I did that, I got sick. So
Because you were drinking a blueberry yum yum. That's the problem.
again, I enjoyed my night. Next morning, not so much.
It will be interesting at you keep wanting to say Vegas because
Yeah,
it just doesn't work in your brain to think that the NFR is in Texas.
I mean, nobody calls it NFR. Like, oh yeah, you made Vegas this
Vegas.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody does really. Yeah, I mean, unless they're
No, it's
outside of
weird.
it.
It's gonna be strange, but it'll be cool.
I think it will. I mean,
'Cause I was talking to Casey Jones the other night
Yeah.
at Greeley, and I didn't know how he would feel about it, just because he's got the Rodeo Vegas deal at the Mirage and all
Right.
that. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. Like, what do you think about it? And he was pumped about it. He's like, man, I think it's gonna be great. You know?
Yeah.
And I really thought he was gonna be down on it a little bit, But I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that are. I mean, they're very positive about it. And
Yeah, there's a few people I've talked like, this is ridiculous. It's like, no, you don't get it. If it was going to be in Las Vegas, there'd be no fans.
no, it would be terrible.
Yeah,
It
and
would
there's nobody in the top 15 who would be going in any of the disciplines who would be happy about that because they wouldn't be making any money.
Yeah, no. And the weird deal about it too is like I wonder how the Cowboy Christmas deal is going to work.
I mean, it's going to be at the convention center.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, where are all those people going to stay?
I mean, that's fun. What I was just talking to Pan-Minic about is like, that's the thing is like,
They said
where the $100 hotel room's going to be.
within a pretty good distance, everything's already sold out.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I don't know if did they save us some rooms? I mean, we don't know nothing.
I mean,
You would
isn't
think,
that the craziest part about it? Like, because you're right in the middle of all that.
and we don't know shit.
But you guys didn't know anything until like last week.
Nope.
Like, you were the last to know.
I mean, everybody was like, "Yeah, we're pretty sure it's going to be over here." But like for the last 2 months, I mean, it was either going to be at AT&T or at the Globe Life. I mean, that's just what everybody's saying. But how can they not tell? I mean, you know.
I don't. Well, I mean, you want to know because they didn't have the deal done.
Yeah.
Right. So they were looking.
Just scared to let it out.
They were looking at the Vegas deal. They were looking at that. They were looking at a few other places, Tulsa.
Yeah.
They were looking at a bunch of places, and I'm sure they'll never say, but I'm sure they didn't get that deal done with Globe Light until the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine that was the most expensive
I'm sure.
option by a long
sure.
ways. But I mean, they could have done it at the Dickies Arena. That place is badass.
It is. But I really think they were shooting for they're hoping that Texas opens up to at least 75% capacity or something.
Well, they've already announced how many people are there. 17,000, I think, or 16,000.
Oh, they already said it.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that either.
Yeah, which is like
But you don't think they'll open?
25% of that stadium.
You don't think they'll open it up or no? They already said that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean that's what they announced at that press conference last week. Yeah, in fact, did you see the map?
Yeah.
That showed the seating and what they're going to do.
Oh, I didn't see that, man.
Yeah.
I just.
And it showed where they're going to be running the barrels out of.
Yeah,
where
I just saw the
arena itself.
set up. Yeah, that's all I was.
It sure is look weird.
It's weird. It's gonna be different, but then some people are like, "Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be great." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see." But I don't know. I'd feel like every calf in the calf open is gonna go straight right, and then the team open, all the steers are gonna try to cut in front of you.
Yeah,
and that's the only two events that I mean, the barrels is probably gonna be normal. I mean,
the barrels is probably going to be more normal than
yes, exactly.
I mean, it's going to be a much bigger run.
Exactly. So
in fact, it's probably going to change the whole dynamic of the barrel racing.
Yeah, for sure. And that'll probably be. I mean, the rough stock's not going to change that much, but the timed event is going to be weird.
Yeah, I mean, tie downs. It's going to be. I bet you a lot of people miss calves that first couple nights.
I don't know, because and then there's going to be a wall on the left side, and if they go left, you're going to trap them. If they go right, and your horse ducks, it's not going to be much fun. I mean, there's a lot of variables when Vegas is a little more. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because there's 30 years you could look back on tape and see what
exactly.
It's always the same.
Yeah, and that's what's another thing that's going to be cool about. I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, I like going to different places, and that's another thing that's been cool about this year is every week I bet I've been to 3 or 4 rodeos that I've never been to.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, they're probably rodeos I'll never go to again.
Yeah.
If it goes back to normal, but it's just cool to.
That's a good point, right? Because I mean, just the sheer amount of miles that you traveled, and like there was probably weird rodeos that went up into like central USA. That why would you go to Iowa?
Exactly, like
right?
Sydney, Iowa.
Yeah.
I've never like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to Sydney, Iowa. Like Carson, Iowa. No, I've never looked at those rodeos and thought about going. But this year, I mean, shit, those were the best ones that week.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you go to Dodge. I've never thought about going to Dodge and then to Sydney, Iowa, and Carson, Iowa. Like,
yeah.
No, you just go to Dodge, you go to Abilene, you go to Phillipsburg, and then you stay home for the week, and then next week, then you're gone again for 2 months.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's what, for all of us, what's been the strangest thing is the entering part of it probably. Because normally we got it in our head when we want to go, where we want to go, how we want to do it. And this year it's like, when do the books even open at this rodeo? Like,
right.
How are we going to go over here? How far is it over there? Because, I mean, we've been doing it long enough. We know how far it is to most of the rodeos, most of the places we're going, and know if you can make it that night or you can go one that morning and then that night. But this year it's been a shit show. I mean, you don't know how to do it. So.
No, yeah. I mean,
I feel like you're a rookie again a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of put everybody on even playing field.
It really did.
Yeah.
You know? But it's funny, all the same guys still seem to kind of get in there every year.
That's true. I mean, you can almost pick 8 of the top 15 and everything for the most part. Because that's just how rodeo works.
Oh, it is.
Because people just figure out the formula.
Yep. And that's exactly what I'm saying. We know where we're going to go. We know when we want to go, how we want to go, how we're going to get there, what we're going to ride, which I never knew what I was going to ride all summer.
Right.
Show up to the rodeo and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to ride that guy's horse today.
Yeah.
It's weird because people ask me, like, what are you going to ride today? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a clue.
Yeah. Is it awkward, like having to jump ride horses? People now, not as much
Not really.
now,
Not in the calf roping.
Yeah.
The calf roping's not. I mean, it's not like the bulldogging at all, but the calf roping, I mean, like I wasn't scared to ask Caleb to get on pockets just because in 2000, I don't know if it was, I think it was 18 maybe. He rode Buster a lot, my good little bay horse.
Right, so he kind of owed you one.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just kind of how you do it. I mean, hey, I'm going to let you ride. I'm going to get a ride back from you sometime.
Yeah.
You know, so the calf roping's kind of a buddy-buddy deal. And I rode Shane Hanchy's mare a lot. She was good.
Yeah.
Really good. Other than that, I was just random.
Yeah, are you trying any horses? Are you finding
Oh, yeah, I
anything
mean,
that-
I've been trying them, but, I mean.
just not the right horse?
Yeah, I mean, I took one out last time when I went out, and she wasn't a rodeo horse. I mean, she was good at home, but she was not very good at the rodeos.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and that's what they're hard to find. Ones that are
It's crazy.
Ones that are tough enough, and it's just like the barrel racing, team roping. I mean, any of it. I mean, some horses might be talented, but they're not tough enough to handle the road.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the problem. I mean, because how many people do you know who went and bought horses they thought were going to make and then they didn't, and there's $100,000 gone?
Exactly.
Because there's just, it's really hard to know.
Yep. And especially with the barrel horses, because I mean that's what you're probably most familiar with is.
Oh yeah.
You give $150 for one, and it might be 5 years old, and it not ever be good at a rodeo. But yeah, it was good for charities.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a rodeo horse.
Yeah, I mean, the barrel racing industry is set up really well, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to predict kind of how calf roping, it's not like that. There's just not enough.
Nobody makes horses in the calf roping like they do the barrel racing.
No, because there's not enough financial incentive for young horses, for
absolutely
calf
not.
horses.
Nope.
There is with team roping now more. I mean,
Yep.
you could find a good head horse or heel horse a lot easier than you can a good tie down horse.
Yep.
And that's going. I mean, I've only ever roped on shitty calf horses. A few good ones, but
Yeah.
because you just where
Well,
do you get them?
And that's where that's the breakaway deal is making it harder to find good calf horses, because if someone trains a pretty good one and some breakaway roper's like, yeah, hey, I want that horse, and it may be green, it might be finished, it might be any of that, but that's just pretty much taking 50% of the horses away that usually kind of come through. And
Well, it's
we
a
get to
lot
pick
easier
from.
on that horse because they have to do half the job.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I mean, when you you could break away great on a good heel horse.
Yep.
You know, you can forever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just so much less demanding on the horse. So people are making half a calf horse for the same money, and now these girls are
So,
which
like,
is great.
Why train one?
Yeah.
Why put double the work into him?
Right. Right. And I mean, training a calf horse, even finishing a calf horse.
Well, that's the problem.
It's the hardest shit.
The training is just as hard as the finishing.
Yeah.
Or the finishing is just as hard as the training, in my opinion, because yeah, you can get him to a certain point, but then hey, he's got to be hauled. He's got to get out there and see some stuff, and that's what I bought. I've bought one horse this summer, but he's green. I mean, I tried to ride him in a couple, but he ain't ready. I mean, he might not be ready next summer.
Right.
You never know how those horses are, and that's why I got so lucky with Chicken is he was 7 years old, and I hated him at first. For the first 6 months I owned him, I turned him out, went rodeoing. Rodeo went terrible, got home, and just started hauling him, and it went great.
Yeah.
I mean, so you just never know what they're going to be until you give them a
Yeah,
chance.
I mean, because at the end of the day, they're just animals, and sometimes all an animal wants to do is eat and shit,
Yep.
and you can't get them to do anything else,
Yep.
even if they cost $150,000.
Yeah, they don't know what they cost.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
They just know what they want to do. But it is funny that you mentioned the breakaway, because the more that breakaway gets involved, I mean, if they get breakaway into the pro rodeos all the way, I mean, it's going to cause even more of an issue.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because you can count the top tie down trainers on one hand.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
where you want
There's
to get
not
horses
many of
from.
them, yeah. And that's what I was telling somebody the other day, and me and my aunt have talked about it a lot. Breakaway's coming. It's coming fast.
Oh, it is.
And I'm not saying it's going to weed us out anytime soon, but it's going to.
Yeah.
There's some point that the calf roping will be no longer, and
Yeah.
it'll be just breakaway at Vegas or anywhere.
There's a big reason for that, right? Like,
Absolutely.
tie down, I think one of the main reasons tie down is so important to rodeo right now is because of the people who are in it right now. But if you take away the Trevors, you take away the Tufts, you take away the people like yourself, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take away the big names from tie down, who just happen to be big names in rodeo, what are you left with?
No,
Not a lot. And you're left with a sport.
A rough sport that people that don't know about rodeo don't like to watch.
Well, that's the thing. They hate it, right? They see brutality on TV, right? That's why they can't have tripping on TV.
Yep, exactly.
You know?
I mean, we'll be, and I don't think Kefra will be done.
But it'll be like tripping.
It'll be just like, they'll have it at Mulvane, Kansas, just like, I mean, it'll be the tripping and tie down open finals, you know?
Right. Which it doesn't seem like that on the inside.
No,
but that's
it
what's
don't.
happening on the out. I mean, because you still got kids who are dying to be world champion tie down ropers.
Yep.
But
and like I said earlier, it's the TV deal's making it where more kids want to rope. I mean, they want to be Haven Medja, they want to be Shad Mayfield, they want to be Ty Harris, they want to be Tuff Cooper. You know, and it sucks for them because I was in their shoes one day.
Yeah, looking
up to Cody and Fred and everybody, and I don't know. It's Kefra Open's not in a good spot, and I hope one day. I hope it makes it out of it, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, if Marty Yates is the guy making the decisions, what do you do to save the sport that you're involved in? I mean, it's your whole livelihood.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody should have an opinion on it, how you save it.
Yeah, I really don't know. That's a pretty tough question, just because it's not really in, and maybe it could be in my hands, but the way, I'm sure, I don't know if you've heard about the new device deal that they've brought on us. Have you heard about that?
The new device? When did this happen?
It's like a little reel deal that goes in front of your saddle horn.
No.
So we tested it out during the whole COVID deal.
They must not have talked about it a whole lot.
No. This was a hush deal, and I don't know if they're going to bring it out or not. But it's you hook it to your rope and it stretches out so it won't jerk the calf down. What's taking all the roping and setting your go up out of rodeo or out of calf roping. So if that deal happens, calf roping will be probably a thing of the past, in my opinion. I mean, it won't be near the same as it was. But yeah, I don't know what I.
Well, I mean, how does that work exactly?
What do you like the device?
The device. Yeah. Like how does that not interfere with your roping?
It does. The roping part doesn't interfere with it, but the way, like, I mean, we've worked our whole lives. Everybody can rope the neck.
Yeah.
But it's setting your go up and having the calf ready to flank when you get there, and that deal, the calf doesn't come around right. You don't get to flank him right. I mean, it's just weird. So we did it over there at Tyson Durfee's house, and we had a jackpot on it, the whole deal, and it just, I don't know. Nobody really liked it, and pretty much.
Who came up with this?
I really believe this was a George Taylor deal, the CEO, and he hired, I don't know if he hired or who hired, but they hired a team of people that design stuff like this. This is a rock climbing deal.
Sure.
And so they have been fiddling with it, trying to get it figured out, and they brought it over there to us just to get our feedback on it, and all of us are like, this is stupid, this is terrible. But more or less, George Taylor's like, hey, this is coming. And we're like, why not pick out a different event to throw this out there or change their event? And he's like, well, what about the bareback ride? And what can you do about them? And they're like, why can't you figure out some way for the rigging to come off whenever the bareback rider jumps off? He's like, oh, no, I've already thought about that. We're just going to hook buttons up to it, and you hit a button when the guy jumps off and his rigging flies off. Like who thinks about stuff? That's not rodeo. That's not how it works. But he that's the way he thinks, and I guess that's the way the spot rodeo's headed. I don't know.
Trying to soften the sport up is what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much trying to make it easier for the people that don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
For it to go to Madison Square Garden.
But I just don't understand this thing that you're talking about. Like you're explaining it, but my brain doesn't understand it.
We don't have videos.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't let us video it.
It's supposed to keep the calf from getting jerked down 100%. Is that the whole idea?
Yeah, but I mean, we were jerking calves down just as hard with that deal as we were without it. I mean,
sure.
You're not going to get me to say anything good about it for sure.
Yeah, because it doesn't even make sense.
It's not calf roping.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. We've told them is we've worked our whole lives to perfect our craft and how,
Yeah.
how we rope, and it takes away from.
That's the hard part, though, right? Like, if you get somebody making decisions for rodeo who's never rodeoed, it makes it really hard.
Yeah, it does. But I don't know. That's where we're at, and it's what we're gonna have to deal with. And the thing about calf roping too is you've worked so hard at. It's not just scoring. It's not just roping. It's not just flanking and tying. I mean, it's all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into a run.
Oh, absolutely. And the smallest error, the calf doing anything out of the ordinary, changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah,
of what
I
you're
mean,
doing. That's why it's hard.
If you have one bobble, I mean, if you don't score good, well, your whole run's screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you don't get a perfect neck shot and get him turned around right, your run screwed up. Or if you misstring him, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it.
Oh, yeah. There's more things involved in tie down. I mean, I remember being a young kid learning how to do it. It's such a frustrating thing to learn how to do.
Yeah, it is. And that's why a lot of kids, they team rope now. I mean,
It's easy.
It's easier.
Well, I mean, it's not easy.
But it's not easy.
Easier.
No, it's easier. It's easier to get out there and, hey, we're going to run 50 head of steers today. Well, you saddle your horse, you get your rope, and put your glove on, and here we go. But roping calves, you learn to break away, then you learn how to get off, then you learn how to flank and tie. I mean, there's a lot of it that goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to be really athletic to tie down.
I'm getting
working.
a front row seat at it, trying to help my cousin learn to rope calves, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody was right there at one point,
Oh, yeah.
and he's strong-willed. He's going to figure it out. But it's like, how long does it take to figure it all out, to put a run together and then start perfecting it?
Yeah.
Because now it's just trying to get him to do all the same things
Right.
every time, but he'll get it. I mean, his mom's JJ. He's going to figure it out.
Yeah, she ain't going to let him get around it.
No way. No way.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how rodeo evolves over the next few years.
Yeah.
You know, I see what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to make it more palatable
Yep,
on TV.
they are.
And there's a lot of,
But at the end of the day, you're still choking the calf. You're still tying a little baby calf up.
yeah.
So, I mean, how much can you water it down? That's the way I look at it. I mean, we're not trying to jerk the calf down at Vegas or at the American or at these big ERA events. I mean, or WCRA. My bad. We're not trying to jerk them down. We're not trying to hurt the calf. I mean, if we jerk them down, we're not going to win nothing.
Yep.
So water it down some more and just make it where it hinders us, because it stretches your rope. And you've roped calves before, and when you turn a calf around and your rope stretches, it makes your rope longer.
Yep.
Therefore, your run's going to be slower.
Yep.
You will never see a 6-second run again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a reason people like to use grass ropes, because they don't stretch.
They don't stretch.
So,
And that's what we had to explain to the dude that showed up there. He's like, well, he didn't know why we didn't like it. And I'm like,
really? Yeah, because he's never done
he's
it.
never roped a calf before, and we're like, we don't use poly ropes for a reason, because they stretch. We use a grass rope because there's no stretch at all, and that's the way to get the perfect go every time. But now we might as well be using a poly. I mean, it doesn't matter now,
Yeah.
as long as the rope feels good.
Yeah, I mean, think about the trickle-down effect. Think about all the rope companies.
Well, and yes, exactly. There was a guy that makes grass ropes up in Oregon that was like, hey, he was pissed about it because it's going to weed him out.
Yeah.
And then you get to thinking about all of us that grew up using grass ropes. Well, what about the kids now? That should they start using polys, or should they start practicing with this device?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, because you perfect something your whole career. It's like Trent actually made a pretty good point. It's like, what if they just changed the NBA goal to 12 foot?
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Right.
Hey, y'all are going to start playing with 12-foot goal. Instead, why not say, hey, you kids here starting in third grade, y'all are going to start, or whenever you start playing with 10-foot goal, why don't y'all start playing with the 12-foot goal, and then we'll just bring it up slowly, instead of, no, screw it, NBA players, 12-foot goal, here we go, let's do this.
Right. Well, this is what's going to happen.
Steph Curry ain't going to make 60% of his three-pointers.
Right.
If you just all of a sudden throw a 12-foot goal in there. Yeah, he's going to still be the best, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll change everything. And here's what's probably going to happen is because it's not going to really change a whole lot of what someone sees, right?
Yeah, no.
So their idea would be what? That they would implement this and they'd explain what it is and why it's saving the calf on TV and during the event to try to hope that they could capture more audience.
Yeah.
And it's still probably not going to work because it's still going to look the same.
It's still going to look the same. You leave it down one's back, you're still going to wreck her, get it right in the middle of her back.
Yeah.
it's not going to make it look any better. But just my opinion. I'm just one guy, though.
Yeah. Sign a petition, I guess, or start a petition.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work because everybody's going to sign it and he's going to be like, nah, no thanks.
Isn't that how most petitions go?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was very interesting to hear about the, what'd you call that thing?
Device.
That's all the device.
The device.
They're probably thinking that they'd be able to sell the shit out of it. Like,
They really are.
every single person who's going to rope is going to have to buy this device. 3 installments of $69.95.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then what happens when you show up and your device falters or somebody rigs their device up where it just stays out, you know what I mean? Where it stays, because it reels out like I don't even know what you would call it. Like
a fishing reel?
Yes.
That's
just
really weird.
Just like a fishing reel. And so when the jerk happens, it reels out. So what happens when somebody just ties a knot in it where it can't reel back in? I mean, people are going to figure it out. They're going to get around it.
What are you doing with your face?
I don't know.
He can't stop smiling. That Red Bull has just got him.
All right, he's not wrong.
First stimulant of the day, apparently.
I was tired. You woke me up.
Dude, you're getting rid up. You seriously, I'm gonna make a write up for him, and you're gonna be the first one signed on that shit. I do not like.
There's only like 2 or 3 of us.
If we had some duct tape,
enough.
it'd help a lot right now.
Cover that mouth right up. I think there's some duct tape in that supply closet.
I think I took that home.
Huh?
I think I took that home.
Okay, you need to shut up. Yeah, Marty.
So, on to the next one.
Marty is never coming back.
On the next
because
episode.
of you.
Nah, I'll come back.
Because of you. See, this is what happens if you employ millennials to do shit. They just have
I'm
this,
not even a millennial.
Or get millennials to
What
come
are
on
you?
your show and you don't get, we just
Technically,
end
I'm
up
Gen Z.
rambling.
Technically, I'm at like the end of millennial.
What
I'm
is-
like in
what-
between.
Like, what is a millennial?
I don't
Like,
really know.
the time.
I know I'm a
It's like up to
millennial.
97.
Yeah, I am too, but I don't know.
It's like up to 97.
How old are you?
I'm 22. I was born in 98.
Holy shit, you're a little kid. I feel old, really, honestly, now. Like with
How old are you?
26.
You're not that old.
Yeah, but I feel old. Like everybody's 20 years old, 22 years old now.
Yeah. It's weird.
I remember
you hit
when I was
25,
like that.
shit goes downhill
It's
quick.
different. It's different. It
Feels
really
weird. So wait till you're like in the 28, 29.
is. How old are you?
I ain't saying how old I am.
Are you 30?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
So 28.
I'm gonna be 30 my next time I have a birthday. That's in a long time though.
That was a long way of saying he's 29.
Yeah, I just turned 29.
Just now?
Not just this second, but within
So-
the last little bit of time. Yeah.
So like 6 months ago.
no, a month ago. Yeah, a month and a
Gotcha.
half ago.
We didn't celebrate your birthday.
Because I didn't want to tell anybody
Yeah, you
about
didn't
this.
tell-
But
really tell
I considered lying about this one, to be honest.
I could have got you a cake.
No.
Hey, you've talked to this whole podcast. Like, is that what's supposed to happen? or
No, he's not supposed to talk at all. That's why we're having issues here.
During the fun ones, I get to talk.
You get to what? Who gave you these rules that you're allowed to talk? You set the rules for the podcast that you
We're
are
gonna have to
supposed
get you on
behind
those-
the scenes?
We're going to get you a sticky note on the front of your computer that says, don't talk.
Stick it on your freaking forehead, bro. For God's sakes. Too much. Like, that's the problem. We went on this Montana trip, let you have a little bit of fun, and
Yeah.
now you come in here like you run the place.
And I screwed up and got some Red Bull, and it just wasn't good.
I mean, Red Bull will screw you up. So, I guess there's a little bit of leeway there.
Sorry.
But
Give me a wrap up.
less talking. I was going to say more restraint, but how about just less talking? But I think that's a great place to wrap up. 'Cause, I mean, you got here at 5. It's about 7 o'clock. You got to get back to Stephenville. We could probably shoot the shit all night.
Yeah, we
I
could,
feel like
for sure.
We'll shoot the shit some more at another time.
You bet.
This has been The Gauge, hosted by me, Chance Conrado, produced and edited by our guy Ty Yeager. Shout out to the executive producers Dustin Pointer and Cody Denton. Marketing and content by Cassie Emerson. Our theme song is by Shay Ashshire and the Night Howlers. Make sure to rate and review this podcast as well as follow The Gauge on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to The Gauge wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you guys next time.